Hello there and welcome back to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Today, we're going to catch ourselves a Shiny Rayquaza. This event is happening until January 5th, 2025. If you're watching this video after that date, I'm sorry, but this Shiny Rayquaza is no longer available, but it is available basically over the holiday season at the end of 2024 and then into the new year of 2025, which is very exciting. This isn't the first time that they've ever done like an event Shiny Rayquaza before. There was one available back during Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, which was about 10 years ago. So this is yet another one that's been made available. So yeah, we're gonna see if we can't catch one for ourselves today. Shiny Rayquaza cannot normally be encountered during regular gameplay, so don't miss your chance to welcome this legendary Pokemon into your adventuring party. Just as a side note, there's an event happening where you can get some shiny Pokemon. There's some mass outbreaks happening across Scarlet and Violet for Citadel, Carbink, and Fracture, it looks like. All of their shinies are black to, I guess, coincide with Shiny Rayquaza. So that is also happening until January 5th. If you'd like some improved shiny odds, see shiny Pokemon are more likely to appear in these special mass outbreaks. So shiny Haxorus in particular is very cool shiny. But yeah, we're going to see if we can't catch ourselves a Shiny Rayquaza today. The nice thing about this Shiny Rayquaza is it is a 5-star raid. So far on this channel, I've tackled the 7-star raids of a few of the starters that have been available earlier this year. But this Shiny Rayquaza, I think for the sake of like making it as accessible as possible to as many people as possible, they have made it a 5-star raid. And it is a legendary Pokemon. You know, as a 7-star raid, it could be like really challenging, but at least I think this way they're allowing as many people as possible to get their hands on Shiny Rayquaza. Let's take a look at everything that this Rayquaza is up to. So here are its moves: Dragon Pulse, Hurricane, and Earthquake, and Extreme Speed. And then its scripted points during the fight: Dragon Ascent, Draco Meteor, and Dragon Dance are all going to happen. It's guaranteed shiny, of course. It's got the ability Airlock. Rayquaza always has Airlock, I'm like 99% sure. And yeah, it is a level 75 compared to the usual 7-star level 100s that we're used to fighting against. This guy is only level 75, which makes it a lot more accessible, a lot easier of a fight, which is great. So here's all of the scripted actions that are going to happen throughout the fight against Rayquaza. By and large, if you have a level 100 fairy type Pokemon, especially one that you're already using for 7-star raids, that is going to work wonders against this Rayquaza. For instance, I've got this Sylveon here that I think would obliterate this Rayquaza, frankly. I'm pretty sure it has the ability Pixelate. It does have the ability Pixelate. I think I primarily used this Sylveon to just like beat the, not the Elite Four, but the Academy tournament, right? The like end of the game Academy tournament that you could do over and over and over again. This was the Sylveon I used to like money farm for that. But you could, again, if you've got a good Sylveon, level 100, EV train, pretty good moves. It doesn't even need to have Pixelate, even just like Moonblast, Dazzling Gleam, whatever. I think you're going to be fine against this Dragon Tera Rayquaza. So with that in mind, I wanted to use this Pokemon. This is, I think, classic Pokeball Magearna, and you only get this Pokemon as a reward for completing your Pokedex in Pokemon Home. You see, it's in a Cherish Ball there in the bottom corner, and you can also see that this Pokemon is a level 50. So if you've never built a Pokemon for a raid before, probably because, I don't know, maybe you were like, I don't really care about catching the 7-star starters. I can get them from the DLC, or I can transfer them in from Pokemon Home, whatever. But you want Shiny Rayquaza because you're like, oh my god, it's a friggin' Shiny Rayquaza. I don't blame you, but maybe you don't totally understand what to do to build a Pokemon for a raid. I'm going to quickly walk you through the steps that I take at least. So we have this level 50 Magearna here. It's a steel and fairy type. It has a really great ability called Soul Heart. Boosts the Pokemon's special attack stat every time another Pokemon faints. I don't know if this ability is going to happen anytime any of our teammates in the Tera Raid faint. We'll see. If that is the case, this is going to be really, really good. If this would only trigger when the Rayquaza faints, it's going to be useless. But this is Magearna's only ability, which is totally fine. It doesn't have any fairy-type moves at the moment, but Magearna has a very cool, not exclusive move, but a move that is only, you know, just for Magearna. I think it's called Fleur Cannon. It's also got a mild nature right now, which is pretty good. Mild, if I just move my webcam here, is plus special attack minus defense. We're probably going to make it modest to be plus special attack minus attack, which we can do using a mint. I'll just put myself right up there in the top right corner. That seems fine. Okay, so the first thing we can do is we can fly to Mesagoza. Last thing I was doing was something in Casaroya Lake, apparently. So we can fly over here to Mesagoza. I go to this Pokemon Center, Mesagoza West, and once we're in Mesagoza, we can purchase a bunch of items that are going to be very good for getting our Magearna to a place where it can take care of this Rayquaza, hopefully with ease. I really hope we don't go into this raid and I get obliterated. Though I am a little bit worried about the fact that Rayquaza knows the move Earthquake. So I think what we're going to do about that is probably EV train Magearna in special attack, so its moves do more damage, and we're going to EV train it in defense, so it doesn't take as much damage from the move Earthquake, which is a physical move, right? Okay, so there's this shop right here. This is Chansey Supply, I'm pretty sure, is what it's called. If I zoom into the map here, right next to Rough and Tough. Can I not? Yeah, Chansey Supply. So that's the store we want to head to here in Mesagoza. And the thing that I'm going to buy is calciums. I've got some calciums in my bag. As you can see, I've got 35, but I'm just going to buy, I don't know, 30. Seems fine. Now, if you don't have money, a great way to earn money is from some of these Tera Raids, but also if you have the DLC, using the item printers is a really good way to earn money. And I was mentioning earlier the Ace Academy tournament. You can do that over and over and over again with a Pokemon holding an amulet coin to get a decent amount of cash. So let's get some calcium to boost our special attack. And what did I say? Iron? Let's buy 30 iron to boost our defense stat on our Magearna. Cool. Something else that we can buy while we're here in Chansey Supply, didn't mean for that to rhyme, but so be it, is a modest mint. So they have mints here to change your Pokemon's nature from whatever nature it is to the nature of the mint. I feel like that probably goes without saying, but you never know. So that's what we can do to alter our Magearna's stats right here. So let's go into our bag. Sorted by type. My webcam is covering it a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. So yeah, I'm gonna feed my Magearna, and I'll check first as well before we start here. If I go into the summary menu and I hit L to switch the graph view, you'll notice that yellow little hexagon in the middle of the graph, that shows the EVs that our Pokemon currently has. And right now our Magearna, because I've never used it before, literally just took it out of my Pokemon home where it was sitting, probably waiting for its moment to shine for a couple of years now. I've never used it before, so it doesn't have any EVs or effort values from taking part in any battles. And it also hasn't been given any vitamins before. So it's starting at 0. So what I can do now is I can feed it 25 calciums, which equal 250 special attack EVs. And then I'll feed it 2 Genius Feathers. And when I hit down, you'll see we can only go to a maximum of 2 Genius Feathers, so that maxes out our special attack EVs at 252, which is as high as an individual stat or an individual EV, I guess, can go for a single stat. So now, after these 2 Genius Feathers, our special attack, if I go back to the summary screen here, you'll see how it's sparkling. The special attack, like, text is sparkling there, and you'll see now there's a spike, I guess, going this way for you. Anyway, yeah, so that shows that our special attack is maxed out. So let's do the same with our defense stat. And again, I'm going to use iron for that. And I'll do the same thing. You can, if you don't want to bother with the feathers, you can just feed 26 and it does the exact same thing. And we go back to Magearna, check the summary, and boom, defense is also now maxed out. Now you will still see that the blue down arrow is next to the defense stat. So we can change that by using a mint. Currently, Magearna's nature is mild, which conveniently, the mint is right here, is plus special attack minus defense. We want that to be modest for plus special attack still, but minus attack, because we're not going to be using our attack stat at all. All of Magearna's moves that it's going to be using to damage Rayquaza here are going to be special attack moves. So we're not even going to need to use its attack stat. So that stat may as well be the one that's lowered. So we'll feed this, feed or give, I don't know what you do with a mint. Give the mint to Magearna. Now, when you go into the summary screen, when you go all the way to the right, it still says that the Pokemon's nature is mild, but then when you go back to the summary screen here with the graph, you'll now notice that the blue down arrow is next to the attack stat. That's how you know that the mint has worked. So stat-wise, we're pretty well done. When a Pokemon's EVs are fully maxed out, it turns light blue, like here on our Sylveon. But because we've only maxed out 2 of our stats and we haven't given Magearna any other vitamins to increase its EVs in any way, to fully max out, you don't really need to do this, but to fully max out its EVs, we can feed it or give it, I guess, I don't know, health feathers to increase its HP EVs. And this goes up to 6. So we have 252 in special attack, 252 in defense for a total of 504, plus 6 is 510, which is the maximum amount of EVs that a Pokemon can have across all of its stats, but a maximum of 252 for any individual stat. So again, special attack is maxed at 252, defense is maxed at 252, and now health or HP is going to get an additional 6, and that is going, you can't even really notice it in the screen other than the fact that the color of our opposing spikes, I can't do I'm not Lady Gaga, I can't do this. Anyway, you can't even see the bump in the HP EV there, right? But the color of it changed to blue. So that's how we know that our Magearna is now fully EV trained. Another thing we can do to improve Magearna's stats is we can max out its IVs. Now, I don't know what this Magearna's IVs are to begin with. So to check a Pokemon's IVs, you want to go into your box, and then you can hit the start button or the plus button. Oh, wow. Very interesting. So our Magearna here, let me just move my webcam again a little bit down here. So first you'll see right where my webcam is about to go, it says amazing stats, but you can see individually there are words to describe where a Pokemon's IVs are between the number 0 and 31. So the word best is for 31. And conveniently here, Magearna's speed stat says no good, which means that it's a 0 IV in speed. And then its attack and its defense are both fantastic. So all we would really need to do for our Magearna is max out its defense stat, because we don't really care about its attack stat because we're not using it. And I kind of want to leave its speed at 0 because there's no way to make a Pokemon's IVs 0. So the fact that my Magearna's speed is 0 is actually kind of valuable. We take those. I've never checked those before, but we definitely take those. So here I'm at Delibird Presence, which is right here in Messagoza. And you can buy bottle caps at Delibird Presence. And that's what we need to use. Wait, did I go in the wrong thing? General goods? General goods. You can buy 1 bottle cap for $20,000. We do just need the 1, so I'll just buy the 1. And then we can take that bottle cap and fly all the way up to Montanavera. Where's Montanavera? Right here. And bottle caps are a sort of currency that we can give to an NPC nearby the Pokemon Center in Montanavera to hyper train our Pokemon. And hyper training makes an individual stat. It makes its IVs as good as they can possibly be at 31 out of 31, I guess. In order for a Pokemon to be able to do hyper training, it needs to be minimum level 50. Our Magearna is level 50 at the moment. We are going to make our Magearna level 100 at some point. And you might be wondering, can I still EV train and IV train or hyper train my Pokemon if it's already level 100? Yes, that is sort of a bygone thing if you come from older Pokemon. A Pokemon that was already fully, at level 100 could no longer gain any more EVs. But that is not the case in Scarlet and Violet, which is nice if you've already got a level 100 Pokemon. Maybe from your playthrough or something that you've used a lot in a whole bunch of battles. You can still EV train that Pokemon if you'd like. First, you should reset its EVs to get them all back down to 0, which you can do with... there's a couple of different items. I think there's a reset mochi, I think. Anyway, so let's select Magearna. And I want to use individual bottle caps. Gold bottle caps fully EV train all 6 of a Pokemon stats, but we're just going to use a single bottle cap here. Just on our Magearna's defense, you'll see there's a crown next to HP, special attack, and special defense to show that those are already maxed out at 31. So yeah, we're just going to hyper train defense, start the training, and that just takes a second. So now our Magearna's stats are dealt with. The next thing we need to do is level it to level 100. So I, luckily, have a pretty healthy supply of XP candies and rare candies. I've gotten a lot of these from the item printer, as well as just doing raids since basically this game came out. So eventually you will accumulate XP candies. If you don't have any, then I guess you're just going to have to level your Pokemon the old-fashioned way by... Again, as you're doing the Ace Academy tournament to farm money, you'll also be getting some levels on your entire party of Pokemon. But yeah, if you've got access to candy, that is obviously the fastest way to level a Pokemon to 100. That took 37, I think, XP Candy XLs there to get Magearna to 100. So now that Magearna is level 100, we can see the moves that it has available to it when we go to Remember Moves. So Fleur Cannon is its, there's like a word for a move that is like exclusive signature. This is Magearna's signature move, Fleur Cannon. It's a fairy type move. The user unleashes a strong beam. The recoil from this move harshly lowers the user's special attack stat. That's unfortunate, but you know what? We're going to bring Fleur Cannon anyway, because why not? I think it's going to do a lot of damage, and I don't think we're going to need Psybeam. But let's see what else our Magearna... I haven't looked into this at all, to be honest with you. Let's see what else our Magearna can learn. What is Magnetic Flux? I've never heard of this move in my life. The user manipulates magnetic fields, which boosts the defense and special defense stats of ally Pokemon with the plus ability and minus ability. So that's just like plus or minus. I think that might be like a hidden ability for Magnemite or something. I can't imagine this move is very good. That's probably why I've never seen it before, but who knows? Maybe there's a combo that I'm unaware of. Okay, so Fleur Cannon appears to be the only level up fairy type move that Magearna learns. So now we're going to need to start using some TMs to learn something else. Let's sort by name. So Dazzling Gleam is a great fairy type move, but I'm most interested, I think, in Moonblast. Is Moonblast might not be an option. Misty Explosion is fairy type explosion, basically. This move's power is boosted in Misty Terrain. We could also teach Misty Terrain, perhaps. Why not? Doesn't look like Moonblast is an available TM, or at least if it is a TM in this game, I don't have one crafted, which is totally fine. So maybe we'll use Dazzling Gleam, and maybe we'll finish the Rayquaza off with Flare Cannon. Seems fine. And then I wonder, are there any moves that Magearna can learn by TM that boost our special attack? There's Reflect if we wanted to take less damage from Earthquake. That could be a consideration. Okay, not as far as I can tell. So, like, Magearna might not be... I mean, Magearna does have the ability Soul Heart. So, again, if our teammates are getting knocked out and that triggers Soul Heart, then, like, that'll boost our special attack, which would be nice. I guess we do have Shift Gear. Rearrange moves to read Shift Gear. Boosting attack and sharply boosting speed. Okay, that's not really what I'm after. Are there any other moves that you can remember that boosts special attack? Not as far as I can tell. And we can't do egg moves ever for Magearna because it's a mythical. So I guess I'll just do Reflect. I mean, Charge Beam, I guess, would technically boost our special attack, but I don't I love that. Let's just do Reflect, I think, instead of Shift Gear, and we can set up Reflect for to take less damage from Earthquake. And then I think for an item, Shell Bell is always like a safe bet for... In fact, can I just like borrow this from Superior? Held items? Give to another Pokemon? Hell yeah. Okay. Cool. So now Magearna is holding the Shell Bell. And I feel like this is as good as I can do for its moves. I feel like we're going to primarily use Dazzling Gleam. Reflect. We can set up Reflect first and then maybe also Misty Terrain. So Misty Terrain is going to make it so I guess our teammates, because we're immune to dragon moves as a fairy type, so our teammates are going to take less damage from dragon moves. Flare Cannon is big damage, but it lowers our special attack, which is a bit of a bummer. So probably only want to use that like at the end of the fight. And then Reflect again to take less damage from Earthquake. So I'm just kind of building this on the fly. I think Dazzling Gleam is going to be our primary move. Because of this, I'm going to go back into my bag, and up towards the top, I'm going to use a PP Max to increase Dazzling Gleam's total moves. So it goes from 10 to, I want to say 16? 16 Dazzling Gleams now that we have access to. Great, because we might need to use a lot of Dazzling Gleams. But like I said, any other fairy type that you are using for 7-star raids already, Belly Drum, Play Rough, Azumarill, I think would be perfectly fine for Rayquaza. Sylveon, like I said, Gardevoir, there's so many fairy types that are really, really good. I just wanted to give Magearna a shot because it's just been in my Pokemon home forever. So I figured I should probably use it for something, and this feels like as good an excuse as any. I'm trying to think if I forgot anything. We did the stats, we did the moves, we did the item, we got it to level 100. I think that's everything. Oh, the only other thing I suppose would be its Terra type. Our Magearna is Terra Steel. We can change that to be Terra Fairy. I think that would be better for this raid. So the way that you can change a Pokemon's Terra type is you can fly to Medali East, and then you can go into the restaurant where you fought the gym leader Larry, and we can speak to the person, the chef, I guess, I don't know, behind the counter. And we can change our Pokemon's Tera type there. You do need 50 Tera shards of whatever type you want to change your Pokemon's Tera type to. That was a hell of a sentence. So again, if you have access to the item printer from the DLC, that's a great way to get Tera shards. But another great way to get Tera shards, and something that is happening right now during the Rayquaza raids, pardon me, are Blissey tera-raids. And the Blissey tera-raids are a really great way to farm Tera shards. Tera shards. For whatever Tera type the Blissey is, you get a bunch of Tera shards for that type. So we're going to change Magearna's Tera type here from Steel to Fairy. Great. Okay, now I think that's everything. So let's go find the Shiny Rayquaza tera-raid den. I think they're still called dens, right? They borrowed that from, I guess not borrowed, but you know, they kept that terminology going from Sword and Shield. The Famed Treasure Eatery. Yeah, that's the name of the restaurant here. And sure enough, here's a Blissey outbreak, in fact. Not even a Tera raid, just an outbreak. Here's the shiny boosted Citadel outbreak as well. I don't believe the Blissey is boosted, but the Blissey outbreaks are another great way to farm materials for the item printer, so that's another thing to keep in mind, I guess. So many, like, I don't know, MMO feeling things in Scarlet and Violet. Okay, there's a 7-star Tera Flying. We're looking for a 5-star Tera Dragon. Could be this one. And I see a couple on the map, so we might... Oh, there's a few. Oh my god, there's a few. Okay, we might... I might need to cut and come back to you once I finally find the Rayquaza raid. I guess the nice thing about the find ability of the 7 stars is they're all like the black Tera crystal on the map, but the 5 stars, they're glistening because it's like an event thing, but or maybe all of these, maybe all of the glistening Dragon Tera icons on the map are all for Rayquaza. Okay, before I cut, let me see if this first one that I check is in fact Rayquaza. Right next to this cave. It is. Great. We got it first try. Okay. So I'm going to challenge this one alone. I'm probably going to be doing more Rayquaza Tera raids again in between like Christmas and New Year's on Twitch. So if you'd like to, if you're maybe having trouble with this raid or you're just looking for like a group of people to do the raid with, make sure you follow me on Twitch. The link is down below, and I'm going to be doing some raids for this Rayquaza again. I would like to get a second one in my copy of Violet. So yeah, feel free to click the link for Twitch down below if you'd like to join me for some Rayquaza Tera raids. Hope to see you over there. So let's see how our Magearna does against this shiny Rayquaza. Hopefully good. I have high hopes. I didn't realize the drawback about Fleur Cannon, Magearna's signature move. It's like a fairy type overheat if you think about it, you know? 130 power, which is obviously great, but harshly lowers your special attack upon use, which is not so great. But here it is. One of the coolest shinies. I don't care. I said it. It's a fantastic shiny. I've only done one full odds shiny hunt in Gen 3 Pokemon. The only other Pokemon I would even consider shiny hunting, I think, would be like Shiny Rayquaza in Pokemon Emerald. And potentially even catching it in a Luxury Ball, which, by the way, I'm thinking of catching this one in a Luxury Ball. So maybe I'll set up Reflect first. I'm a little bit nervous about the Earthquake. But one of our teammates here... Oh, we got confused from Hurricane? Okay. One of our teammates' defense cheered, so that's nice. Do we hit ourselves in confusion? We didn't. Magearna is So smart. I don't know that I've ever used a Magearna in any battle ever. I don't often, like, use mythicals. Oh, we paralyzed it? I wonder who paralyzed it. Maybe Umbreon got to paralyze it with Thunder Wave or something. Okay, we hit ourselves there. That's fine. Try to set up Misty Terrain. I don't know that we need to set up Misty Terrain. None of our teammates have been knocked out yet, but I'm very interested to see if they do get knocked out, if that boosts Soul Heart. Okay, great. We do not take very much at all from Earthquake. I mean, the Reflect certainly helps, and I think the defense EVs also help. So now let's start hitting this thing with Misty Terrain boosted Dazzling Gleam. This is going to... Right, of course, we gave Magearna Shell Bell, so that's going to heal us. And, yes, when our teammates go down, that does, in fact, proc Soul Heart, which gives us a special attack boost, so that's cool. Just in time for Rayquaza to get rid of our special attack boost. Fantastic. Okay, well, let's just keep using Dazzling Gleam. It put up its shield here. Just totally fine. The Rayquaza is also not exclusively going for Earthquake against us, which is kind of nice. Because we're immune to its dragon moves. We resist... there you have it. That must have been a scripted Draco Meteor or something. But we resist extreme speed, so it's really just, I guess, Hurricane and particularly Earthquake. But again, any fairy type that you can bring into this fight, I think is going to do great. Especially if it's already a fairy type that you're using for 7 stars. Okay, so now we're Terra Fairy. So let's do a Terra Fairy, Dazzling Gleam. I can speak, I promise. It's just, sometimes there's so many words, so many sounds, it's just like word soup. I don't know. Ah, the extreme speed when we lose our steel typing. Outplayed by Shiny Rayquaza. Okay, that does pretty good damage. We might want to set up Reflect again here, but honestly, I don't know that we need to. But I don't know, I feel like this Magearna is also a pretty good build if you are doing this raid online with other people. It's not great for your ability, but that's okay. It can be a little bit more of a supportive Magearna, just with Misty Terrain, Reflect. You could probably also give it Light Screen and even like Helping Hand to make it full-on support, but probably some move that does damage, I think, would still be a good idea. Like probably Dazzling Gleam with Magearna would be fine. Okay, am I nervous about this Earthquake? No, I'm not nervous about this Earthquake, and I don't think our Reflect is up anymore. Our Misty Terrain is gone, so I think what I'm going to do to finish off this Rayquaza is I'm going to use Misty Terrain, and then I think we're going to finish it off with Magearna's signature move. Well, hang on, Dragon Dance is a little spooky with Earthquake. No, I'm going to stick with my plan. I'm going to Misty Terrain. I think we can handle at least one Earthquake, because the Rayquaza is still paralyzed, so the speed boost from Dragon Dance isn't too big of a deal. And then Fleur Cannon in the Misty Terrain hopefully does the trick. It went for extreme speed again to get through the paralysis. Outplayed, I guess. Fleur Cannon boosted by the Misty Terrain actually didn't do anything. I really thought that was gonna like finish off the Rayquaza. No, not even close. Okay. Okay, we did just get a Soul Heart boost from, I assume, our Tauros teammate being knocked out. Okay, well, let's just keep using Dazzling Gleam. I really thought Fleur Cannon was going to do something. But no. So, listen. This Magearna build, if I'm being real with you, not very good as far as like Tera-raid builds go. Doesn't have much of a strategy. Doesn't boost its stats really at all, other than its ability Soul Heart. That gives it some boosts here and there, but you know, like most ideally, you're getting to like +6 again with like Belly Drum, Azumarill, and then you click Play Rough, and you do probably half of this Rayquaza's health. But again, I think Calm Mind, Sylveon, or Gardevoir with Moonblast would go crazy. Anyway, we did it. Success! We caught ourselves, or are about to catch ourselves, a shiny Rayquaza. And I would like to catch this one. Ooh. Wait. Well, I was going to say I would like to catch it in a Luxury Ball. But I kind of have... Oh, a Level Ball could be cool. What about Level Ball? That's kind of a nice... I mean, the Luxury Ball is like the one, but you know what? Maybe I'll catch my Rayquaza in Violet in a Luxury Ball, and I'll catch this one in a Level Ball, because I don't think I have any Level Balls in Violet. So let's do that. Level Ball still matches pretty well, I'd say. Matches my fit also. Me and Shiny Rayquaza gonna be styling together. Me and Shiny Rayquaza. Name a better duo. I'll wait. Sweet. So I wish you the best of luck with this Shiny Rayquaza 5-star tera-raid. This is another thing with the Shiny Rayquaza. It's a great raid for farming Herba Mystica, because it, as you can see, awards Herba Mystica among other very useful items in the game. Ability patches, vitamins, XP candies, a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, best of luck to you and yours with this Shiny Rayquaza raid. Again, this is going away on January 5th, so make sure you do this raid before then. And like I said, I'm going to be streaming, doing this raid again over on Twitch. The link for my Twitch is down below in the description, twitch.tv/Caprio_. If you'd like to join me over there for some Rayquaza raids, probably happening someday between, I don't know, Christmas and New Year's, maybe just picking a day out of the air. I don't know, like December 28th, 29th. One of those days, there should be a stream featuring Shiny Rayquaza. But let's go check out our catch. Let's go see our guy. He's somewhere in here. In the boys? There he is. Is this the one? Level 81? Wait, is that the one? No. This is the one. This is the Rayquaza that I was talking about earlier that you get from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Again, like, is there a date on this guy? Not in this game. The date would probably be in Pokemon Home. But yeah, the event for this Rayquaza was like, I don't know, 10 years ago. But our new Shiny Rayquaza, yes, caught in the Level Ball, level 75. Dragon Pulse, Hurricane, Earthquake, Extreme Speed. And it does not come with a mark or a ribbon, which is a bit of a bummer, but that's okay. Still a Shiny Rayquaza. We take those. We take those all day long. So yeah. And now you can use a Shiny Rayquaza in online Terra raids with other people. And I'm sure it would be really, really good. This Rayquaza as well, my webcam's blocking it a little bit, but looks to me like it's guaranteed four perfect IVs, it looks like. So that's pretty good. But yeah, that's going to do it for me. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel for more Pokemon Scarlet and Violet content, as well as other general Pokemon content. I'm also playing Balatro on here from time to time, so if you're a fan of Balatro, Indie Game of the Year, feel free to subscribe for some Balatro runs as well. But that's going to do it. Thanks so much for hanging out. Hope you have yourself a great day. Happy holidays. Good luck with Shiny Rayquaza, and I'll see you next time.